Hey, friends, it's Melissa Majors. I'm so glad you tuned in. Welcome to the conversation. I've realized that a lot of people make relating to others unnecessarily awkward, like especially when someone feels different from them. And believe me, I know I've lived my life being different. And what I have discovered is there's so much more we have in common than what we realize. And I have quite a unique vantage point because I've been so different. I mean, I have a life filled with layers and stories, heartache, joy, and so many lessons that might help you relate to others and just see things a little differently. I can tell you what it's like to be mixed race. I can tell you what it's like to grow up in a fairy tale family where two parents were absolutely in love. I can tell you what it's like to grow up with seven black siblings and one white mama. That's why I got some stories about that, y'all. I can tell you what it's like to buy a house at 23 years old. I can tell you what it's like to get off of work in a three-piece suit and pantyhose and go to the river and put on my hip boots and start fishing, okay? I can tell you what it's like to be the only one in the room. I can tell you what it's like to travel the world at 14 years old. I can tell you what it's like to make life decisions out of loneliness, including marrying the first guy who showed any interest because I thought, well, it was time. And being a wife and mother was what I was supposed to do. I can tell you what it's like to pack up my life and move across the country to a state I never stepped foot in for a job offer I just could not refuse. I can tell you what it's like to become a first time mom at 36 years old. I can tell you what it's like to parent children with special needs. I can tell you what it's like to endure the kind of hard seasons and great seasons in marriage that make you understand exactly what, for better and for worse, really means. I'm on marriage number 2, y'all. So I've got some wisdom to share on that too, okay? And I'm gonna spill it. I can tell you what it's like to dance to two-step, salsa, break dance, and swing, baby. And we're gonna talk about it all. I can tell you what it's like to back up a boat launch and catch dinner, clean it, cook it, and serve it with a smile. I can also tell you what it's like to be on a business trip away from home and get a call from your husband saying he'll hurt you if you ever come back, and that he's already packed up your things and put them into a storage unit while you're traveling. I can tell you what it's like to feel homeless, to realize that the only possessions you have are what you're carrying in your backpack and your suitcase. And I can tell you what it's like to stand up on your feet and start over and live better than what you were living, baby. So, yeah, there are layers. And for years, I only shared the professional, polished side of myself. But a friend recently said to me, Melissa, we need to see it all. You don't need permission to be real and share those stories. And I realized, y'all, that maybe I was waiting for permission, but not anymore, honey. This series, it's a variety discussion because life is variety. We're not just one thing or the other. Like, we're not just our careers or our roles at home. We're complicated, messy, and beautiful mosaics of experience. And I'm going to talk about all of it, the good stuff, the hard stuff, the funny stuff, and the healing, and everything in between. I believe we can talk about hard things without making the conversation hard. So, this is going to be a joyful space. We can talk about hard stuff, but it's not going to feel like bad news, okay? I want you to feel inspired and I want to put a smile on your face. That's what I live for. And I bet you're going to pick up some wisdom and inspiration that might help you put a smile on somebody else's too. So, hey, if you want to be a part of the conversation, would you subscribe? And I also will solicit your stories. I want to hear from you as well. So let's use our voices for good. Let's use our voices to inspire each other because our legacy matters also. And I want my kids and their kids to know what kind of badass mama they've got. So thank you for being here. Subscribe, and I'll see you the next time I tell a story. Bye.